guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a review on the Everyday Hero Manifesto by Robin Sharma. The Everyday Hero Manifesto is truly a guidebook on how to be the best person you can be, how to have the best spiritual life, and how to be the best professional as you can. I read this book in a matter of 2 days. I know what you guys are thinking, that's so quickly, and didn't you just say that you're a slow reader? That is true. But a lot of this was very, very short. It's about 350 pages, so some of it, there are photos. He has photos in the book, so that takes up half a page, or some chapters are only 2 sentences. So it's not all like a heavy-duty book. So it made it go by a lot quicker, and also it's Robin Sharma, who is my ride or die author. He is somebody I just love to read from. He had moments in this where I just had to sit back and appreciate what he was saying because it was so profound to me. So I get through his books pretty dang quickly. Now, this book is just wonderful, and I truly, truly believe this book is for everyone. Throw out all the other self-help books, because this book has all of it. All of it. No matter where you are in your life, if you are an entrepreneur and just starting up your business, this book can help you. If you are looking at healing yourself spiritually and working through trauma, this book is for you. If you're a multi-millionaire and you want to know how to keep your millions and how to continue to be a professional and make a million more dollars each year, this book is for you. It has insight on how to conquer your demons, how to work through your trauma that's inhibiting your creative genius, and how to create work that is insanely inspiring and motivational and just game-changing, in all honesty. This is what this book is about, and it has all that knowledge within it. It's about how to gain success and what to do once you get there. It's about how to be the best person you can be to those around you. And it's essentially a story about human beings and what makes humans human, and how we've gone away from those things and how we need to come back to what it means to be a human. This book is a little bit all over the place. It's by chapters, and the chapter can be 1 page, it can be 2 pages, it can be 3. It's not really significant. It's not really told like it is a traditional self-help book. I think he described it as like a memoir, a self-help book, and also a story, and I would have to agree with that, because it had a flow, yet it didn't have a flow. So there were some chapters that were, to me, in my opinion, completely random. And then there were some that just kind of, I felt like almost should have been back to back, instead of one at the front, one in the middle, one at the ends. It didn't do what most books do, where you have a point, you talk about your point, and you're done with that point. It expanded on those points, but maybe not right away. Maybe it would take you someplace else before it expanded on that point. And every time that point was brought up, you're like, yes, I remember you speaking about this earlier. And he just took it to another level. And that was so interesting for me to read. I love his writing style. I would not say it's traditional. I think he does how he writes, and that's what makes him good. That's what makes him Robin Sharma, and it works. There were some things, some chapters I just didn't understand, and that's okay. That is okay, because, and he actually mentioned this in the book, when I sat down and read this book, I realized, and it was such a surreal moment, that I was reading the book and taking in knowledge that I would not have been able to 2 years ago. he mentions in the book how you grow throughout your journey, and he buys the same book every time he's in Rome. Why? Because he has more wisdom, he has more life experiences. He's gonna see it in a different way. Something that may not have made sense to him before now does. Because think about like your favorite movie and how you watch it again and again, and each time you notice new things. That's how I feel just life is. And how you could not understand something one day and then give it a day or two or even years, and all of a sudden you're like, I understand it now. I understand why that had to happen. I understand what you were going through. I understand what... It's almost like empathizing with somebody, but it's in a book. But, so, that's why I say it's for everybody. Even if you don't take all of its knowledge that it has to offer you, even if you don't do it all in one big scoop, that's okay. I am going to go back to this book so many times because it's not my new baby, but it's a guidebook. It's my rock almost. It brings me back to what's important. It kind of tears down all the walls and says, this is what's important, not X, Y, and Z thing. Why aren't we doing more of this? I also want to talk about the name, the Everyday Hero Manifesto. So Robin Sharma works with billionaires. He works a lot with business and being the best business person you can be and how to make your business great and methods to do that. So that's what I expected from this book. And it does do that. But it also is about the everyday hero. And you can be a multi-billionaire, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be whoever you want. But it's about the everyday things. And yes, it does mention like the big things and methods to implement into your daily routine to get to X, Y, and Z place. Yes, it does that. But also kind of what I talked about earlier about bringing it back to being a human, it's the little things. Anyone can be an everyday hero, and what does that mean? That doesn't mean making $1 million or getting to this or, whatever. An everyday hero is having a conversation with somebody. You're in a coffee shop, and you see somebody and you're interested. You just get up and go talk to them, and it makes their day. You learn from that. It's buying somebody a coffee behind you. It's making everybody's life better in a small way, even if you don't think that. Because I know that when I was in high school, let's be real, high school sucks. High school is not fun. And when you're in high school, you think you're the only one going through things. You do. You really do. And I went through an experience a retreat where we all kind of came to the same conclusion, actually. I had a little group, and this girl who was was the guide at the thing. She was in my grade, and I think my sophomore year, she would pass me in the hallway and just say hi. I had no idea who this person was. And I would be like, what? She said hi to me? Somebody went out of their way to say hi. And I don't know why, but that kept me going in a way. That kept the depression. I would look forward to that. And in this retreat, all the secrets came out, all the pain came out of everyone in that group, but we all said the same thing, even though we were going through stuff, whether it be home life, school life, whatever, because we all go through that stuff. We all have a hard time. Her hellos in the hallway, because she did it to them too. She just did it to be nice. She just did it because that's what she wanted to do. She just wanted to be kind. we all came back and said, we actually like had a moment where we were like, wait, yeah, that's the same thing, but it kept all of us going. Her little hellos, even though she was going through really awful things, she came to school and said hi to us. She wasn't, I mean, it wasn't like a popular girl. It wasn't anything like that. It was just a hello from one of your peers, having somebody else care about you. And I thought that, I feel like that's the message of the everyday hero, is just show kindness. There's actually quotes. I want to get my phone out and share some quotes that I kind of got from this book. And there's a quote that reminds me of that story. Okay, so I have 3 quotes here on my phone. And the first one is, I shall pass by this world but once. If therefore there be any kindness I can show, let me do it now. We have one life. Why not be kind? Another quote is, I actually posted this on my social media account because I loved this quote. A funeral pyre burns the dead while worry consumes the living. And that whole story behind that quote is wow. Just wow. And then my last quote I'm going to share with you. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures or One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. By going through the trauma, by going down the steps to the basement and staring that monster in the face, that is how you get over grief. That is how you get over trauma. That is how you become the person you're meant to be. And this book, you guys just need to read it, because I don't want to spoil what happens in it. It's just motivational. It's inspiring. It shows you how to be the best person you can be. It shows you how to be the best professional. It shows you how to deal with trauma and get over it and look it in the face and actually get over it. That was actually going to be a critique that I had because, as I said previously, his chapters kind of jump all over the place, and that's okay. But he went through a chapter saying, face your trauma, go through your trauma, you have to get over your trauma to heal. Okay, I get that. I get it. We're good. How do I do that? He didn't mention it in that chapter, and I was like, well, dude, come on, I need to know how. Isn't that the purpose of the book? So I kept reading, and it didn't go back to that topic. And eventually it did. And it taught you how to get over that trauma. And that's what I'm saying when I say it does jump around and it mentions the topic multiple times, but each time that topic is mentioned, it's elevated. It answers the question you had 20 pages back. So, Robin Sharma is a genius. I can't not love this book. I hope he writes more, but if he doesn't, that's okay. If you guys have access to a bookshop, go get this book. You won't regret it. And I hope that this review was helpful. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to talk about every method he speaks on, because, now granted, I will say, if you've read any of his other works, I feel like this is like the Robin Sharma Bible. I feel like all of his books are kind of bound into this book. Why I hesitate saying that is because the 5 a.m. Club is the exception. He does mention waking up early, but the 5 a.m. Club is like really about, like, it goes into detail. He just kind of mentions the 5 a.m. Club in this. He doesn't really go through all of the methodologies of the 5 a.m. Club in this book. So, but anyway, I think if you're a fan of Robin Sharma, you will absolutely love this book. I hope that you guys found it helpful. I hope you guys go out and buy this book and Tell me your favorite quotes in the comments down below. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me if you've read this book. And I can't wait to hear from all of you. And I will go ahead and go. Have a great, great day. And I hope that this video helps inspire you to be an everyday hero. Bye.